so many rumors going on, primarily in Indian and Afghan media, and we thought we took this opportunity that you're here. So, what's going on in Pakistan?
Well, God forbid something actually happens of this serious nature, Pakistan will erupt.
Considering Imran Khan is in prison for well over 2 years with hundreds of cases, and even a blind man can see that they are fictitious and bogus. And all fingers are pointing towards the Pakistan Army and General, now Field Marshal Asim Munir.
Pakistan Army generals do not, whether you like it or not, do not actually allow politicians to take independent decisions. I personally think, and many people are saying it, I'm not one of them, but I hear it every day, that Imran's popularity is not as big now as the animosity and hatred towards the establishment in Pakistan.
Hello and very warm welcome. I'm Sohail Qureshi with my program Sharp Edge at Qs.news from our London studios. There are a huge body of rumors all over on the social media about Imran Khan and the political storm in Pakistan. And they are very concerning, and we hope and believe that most of them probably are definitely wrong, but political storm definitely is. So we have none other than a guru of journalism, Aamir Ghauri, who are very well-known political analyst and the editor of the news, who is here in his personal capacity as a political analyst in our studios. And we just want to ask him what's going on in Pakistan and on the political scene, and especially in the context of Imran Khan. Very warm welcome, Aamir. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, Sohail. Thank you very much for having me in your studios.
Yes, we are really concerned, and as I said, and we were just earlier talking about so many rumors going on, primarily in Indian and Afghan media, and we thought we took this opportunity that you're here. So, what's going on in Pakistan?
I think everybody who has an interest in Pakistan and Pakistani politics would be definitely very concerned about these social media, I will not say news, but something which is going already viral and being discussed, because Imran, is one of the most popular politician and leader in Pakistani politics. So if anything of this nature appears on social media and then goes viral immediately, I will see it from two different angles. One, anything and everything about Imran Khan sells well on social media because he has a huge following, not only inside Pakistan but outside as well. So if, God forbid, something actually happens of this serious nature, Pakistan will erupt. Pakistani street will erupt. So Pakistani government, which has Imran in jail for almost over 2 years now, would not even think of this kind of a thing. So when the social media is saying that he has been assassinated, I think lines like these gain a lot of traction. These are fake clickbaits, and this is the way news or fake news sells on media. And definitely, if you listen to these vlogs and blogs, they will be between 5 to 12 minutes, 15 minutes, and they will talk generally about Imran and his politics and how he's lost his government, how he remains popular, and Pakistan has just gone through another phase of elections, which are the by-elections, which have been single-handedly won by Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, very understandably, because they are sitting in the government. So the allegations of corruption are already there. I personally think these people will make a lot of money, because they sell on
just
social
the rumors,
media.
as you rightly
Just the rumors,
say.
and they will automatically,
sensationalism, more of sensationalism.
they will
yellow
automatically
journalism.
say that, listen, we have spoken to our correspondent, our sources within Pakistan. This is fake. But by that time, many hundreds of thousands of people might have watched it and might have commented on it, might have tried to score points against Pakistan's present government and the forces behind Pakistan's present government.
Well, thank you. I think it's a good analysis. And I think you mentioned about the journalism, and there are so many kind of frogs in the rain kind of a journalist all over the world, and they use the social media to sensationalize a a saga of political, of biblical nature, frankly speaking, and then making headlines. But there is, as they say, where there's a smoke, there's a fire. I mean, last few days or few weeks, the mysterious disappearance of Imran Khan in the headlines in a way that nobody has able to meet with him, including his sisters and his political kind of leadership. Don't you think that this is actually fueling the fire?
I think there is a lighter comment on it, and then there is a serious, comment I would try to make. I have written about it, and I've said it in my interaction on television and on social media that you must remember there used to be a circus in Pakistan called Lucky Rani Circus.
Yes.
And it would move from city to city, and people would basically make long queues
Yes.
to see how elephants and lions are
Yeah.
basically trained and to do tricks.
Paleolithic
Exactly.
era of our time, I suppose.
Pakistani politics, I have I've started describing it as unlucky Pakistani circus. We are not learning anything from history. We are making the same mistakes every few years. The establishment, which is the military and the civil service, working with the military, is not learning its lessons. Every set of new officers will try to commit, same mistakes which have been made by Ayub Khan, by Yahya, by Musharraf, by Zia, and now they are actually making the same mistakes. On the other side, Pakistani politicians who have been successively picked up by the military dictators, trained and given the main positions, becoming prime ministers, and then pulled down. So what actually happened in the last few weeks when you said Imran has been in jail for last 2 years because Pakistani courts have put him there. Now, whether he has gone in jail on merit or not, that remains debatable, and his lawyers are fighting their cases in Pakistani courts. But thing is, he is not given access like any Pakistani person who is incarcerated.
Or political leader in the past.
And if you allow
Except
me,
for Zulfikar Ali Bhutto in late 1970s.
the establishment has learned its lessons. They know that Bhutto was
Have they?
hanged. Yeah,
Okay.
they have changed their the way they are dealing with the Pakistani society. They have become intelligent enough to not to kick the bucket. The way Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was hanged, the next prime minister were exiled. The other prime minister were exiled, brought back, exiled, brought back again, and now put in jail.
I mean,
these
pretty
things.
much in last 30 years, every prime minister was either exiled or imprisoned, except for one who was imported by the IMF. Was initially the finance minister, and I'm just forgetting.
We're
his
talking about
name.
Shaukat Aziz.
Shaukat Aziz, yes, probably he's the one who's enjoying Bahamas, but almost everybody else.
This has been again a recurring fashion, recurring trend that whenever Pakistan is being run by a military dictator, they believe that Pakistan needs a technocratic government. Now, technocrats within Pakistan, they don't like them because they have their very strong opinions about the government of the establishment. So what they do is they import these Pakistanis who have lived and progressed outside Pakistan for 20, 30 years. They have worked with international organizations like World Bank or IMF or Citibank or whatever. They bring them back and try to sell them as good managers who will try to manage Pakistan's economy, which basically runs on begging. Pakistan has been an international beggar for the last 70 years. So these people will come, they will do the dictator's job, and then they will leave Pakistan. This actually has happened not with Shaukat Aziz, earlier as well. And you see that whenever there is an elected prime minister has been thrown out, the interim government is always heavily, basically burdened with these technocrats who run to Pakistan.
Yeah.
And then, once they make their credentials better on their CV, they go back and they can get better
The
jobs.
IMF, Monetary Fund,
Yes.
and World Bank, and that kind of a fiscal background, basically. Just bringing the discussion and conversation back to Imran Khan and vis-a-vis Pakistan Army, why isn't there an atmosphere of coexistence between probably the most popular leader in Pakistan history and Pakistan Army and the military, which actually is very essential for the unity of the Pakistan? Why can't the lesson be learned? We are seeing the same kind of a head-on collision.
Sohail, I know that you live in London and you also, apart from your main, profession, which is medicine, you love reading philosophy and politics and history. Imran was no politician. He came to politics because it was needed. What I believe, you may not agree with it. Many of your viewers, may not agree with me. He was brought in because another selected and appointed Prime Minister, Nawaz Sharif, who was brought in to take away the politics and popularity away from Bhuttos. Because Bhuttos were, Ziaul Haq, although he hanged Zade Bhutto, he was afraid that his daughter, Benazir, might create trouble. Now, Benazir came from a smaller province. And that is why the next Prime Minister or Prime Ministerial candidate was handpicked by Ziaul Haq. And that was Nawaz Sharif. And groomed. And Nawaz Sharif.
Yes.
But when you're going to give power of the largest province by population in Pakistan and groomed by a military dictator, and then basically made the Prime Minister in 1990, within 2 years, that power surge, went to Nawaz Sharif's head. And he became a trouble for military, and that's why he was thrown out.
Well, we must not forget, during his time, we have Vajpayee's visit. There was
that was his second term.
Second term,
That was
yes.
second term.
And then, of course, the Kargil happened. And then, of late, very...
But between, Sohail, if I can disrupt you there, between that two stints, 1990, 97, Imran was already picked up by the military. Now, this is a fact. I have been a witness of some of the meetings.
Okay. That's the news.
Yes, that is the news.
So between the establishment and Imran Khan.
And those generals, sadly, one of them is not here now. Otherwise, we would have taken him online right now and asked General Hamid Gul that what was his role in bringing Imran Khan and some of the other guys who are very popular in Pakistani society as the do-gooders. That listen, Pakistan needs a government.
Hakim Saeed and are you talking Hakim Saeed and
I'm speaking about Idi.
Yeah,
I'm speaking about Ansar Barni and many others. And they, the meetings happened both inside Pakistan and outside Pakistan.
So it appeared like a counter coup rather, because Hamid Gul was a outsider in the inside, basically, always, because that's why he never became the chief of army staff, even though
Hamid
he was the
Gul
architect
told
of
me
Afghan.
himself in London back in 97 that the original plan was that he was supposed to be the patron-in-chief of Tehreek-e-Insaf and Imran Khan would become the president. But we will not go into the conspiracy theories here, why that thing did not happen. But thing is, he was sidelined. And Imran, was in political wilderness for many years. I used to sit with him in his hospital when he was building the hospital because, like many Pakistanis, he was my sole cricketing hero. So when he said that, I need everybody's help, we were there. We were young, so we basically picked up buckets and stood on Lahore streets, London streets and European streets and begged money for his hospital. It is not Imran's hospital, I'm sorry to say. It is our hospital. But because he was our hero. And that is why we stood by him.
But what's wrong in that? I mean, there are a lot of philanthropists. They want to come and do politics. Whatever is saying, that was the voice of the people of Pakistan.
Because people stood by him. Why? Because he brought, glory to Pakistan in terms of winning the World Cup. But the thing is,
Imran Khan is the most illustrious son of the soil, most well-known, respected
now you will agree or disagree with me, Sohail,
in the world. For example, I'm just simply saying.
I will give you one example. If, let's say out of 20, 15 of my friends are doctors and they're surgeons, and I listen to their success stories every single day, how they basically, saved lives by operating this or that kind of nature, that will not make me a doctor. So if a gentleman who has played cricket all his life, that was our criticism that Imran, you should not go into politics. People will stand by you because you have been brought in by the military. Exactly like Nawaz Sharif, you will fail. And this we have said and written. Our written record is there.
But that is the story of the developing countries. What about Benazir Bhutto? She was hardly in Pakistan, and she catapulted to lead probably the largest and the most popular
And
party.
that is why she
and,
was.
And so was Nawaz Sharif.
Sohail, that is
I
why
think-
they were never successful politicians.
Yeah.
What is politician in power and politician in opposition? Politics is the game of remaining in power. If you're an opposition leader for 50 years and claim that you are a politician, then you're a failed
Yeah.
politician. Benazir Bhutto and Nawaz Sharif became prime minister exactly like that. Imran Khan became a prime minister.
Sure.
We never thought that in 2018 he would make the prime minister, but he did make it.
So he kind of, in your opinion, it appears he lost these palatial intrigues that he could not really play his cards well within the 3.5 years. But the
Because he could
kingmakers
not-
were always the
because he could not
the
work with the
establishment.
people who brought him in.
Okay. Well, that is what we want to see in Pakistan and the countries like Pakistan, the restoration of a civil-military relationship, a balance of power.
Sohail, I think that is past now. I'm telling you. I'm really normally when I speak to even students. I'm in speaking circuit both in Pakistan and outside Pakistan. When I speak to students of politics and history about that region, that I do not see hope now. Because this establishment, some of the actions with this establishment, with the connivance of the current politicians, who have been politicians for the last 40 years, they have done, damage to Pakistani politics of nature and stature, which has not been seen.
And to Pakistan. I would say
I'm not
this
saying
because
Pakistan, definitely, listen, you were born and raised in
yeah,
Pakistan.
yeah.
You went to medical school there. I went to university there, and then we
we left. It's a brain drain. Yeah,
and we have lived in England for many years, and we have seen Pakistan going downhill. If these guys could fix Pakistan, they could have fixed Pakistan. But if now, just two things. Pakistan's total exports around about $30 billion. Pakistan's biggest earning is the money which is being sent by remittances.
Yeah,
Pakistanis who are
overtaking,
working miserable life most of the time outside Pakistan.
Yeah, in the Middle
People
East
in the Middle East.
especially, yeah.
Now, if you take those 68 billion out of the
double the
exercise,
amount of Pakistan's exports. Yeah.
exactly. So where is Pakistan? If Pakistan is now has to run on the pittance of IMF money, Chinese money, Saudi
Saudi
money,
and
Qatari money,
UAE,
UAE
yeah.
money. Pakistan does not actually
And
have
that's where the
enough money to
compromise
feed
is.
its own people. Pakistan's real problems are not about. By the way, on the higher scale, I have written about it. That now the three pillars plus the one pillar which people say that media is also a pillar of
Fourth
democracy.
pillar, yeah, they say.
But we are a pillar which is standing outside the trichotomy of power.
It was in the British Parliament. They say there sits in the gallery yonder.
I'm telling you, Parliament is finished. It is not serving the people of Pakistan. Judiciary completely crippled. Administration
And humiliated,
executive,
unfortunately.
executive.
Yes.
Why? Because they have been playing dirty. These
Yeah.
judges started playing dirty back in 1950s.
Yeah.
When
And-
Ayub
and
Khan,
anyone.
actually, when Ayub Khan and his companions from the British-trained civil servants, they were the first one to stab Pakistan in the back, and that process has never stopped. And that is why people are saying within Pakistan that listen, unless we face reality, you will not progress. Why? Because in our region, the countries. Give me one example in the world where the establishment, is running the country and the country is doing good. No.
Well, I mean, it's a more deep and a philosophical debate, but
But it's a factual debate in case of Pakistan.
yes, I mean, I'm sure there are definitely elements of truth in that. But considering Imran Khan is imprisoned for well over 2 years, with the hundreds of cases, and even a blind man can see that they are fictitious and bogus. And all fingers are pointing towards the Pakistan Army and General, now Field Marshal Asim Munir. So, what is this rivalry between these two? Because you are insider, you are in a way in the journalistic world. Why is there such a bitter rivalry between the two?
I can only comment on what people are saying.
Yes, of course.
I
Yes.
do not actually have. I'm not privy to
You're
what
just
actually
yeah.
happened. But the story which we were told was that when Asim Munir, now the field marshal, at that time he was General Asim Munir, was the head of ISI, and picked up by Imran Khan himself. When
Oh,
he
I see.
was,
There, okay,
yeah, and
okay.
he was basically picked up by Imran Khan himself. Why? Because he was head of the MI,
MI, yes,
the
that's
other
right.
military intelligence in
The
Pakistan.
only general who headed both MI and ISI.
And then one camp says that, as a person, and by the way, the chief of the intelligence agency, the ISI, does not report to the army chief, he reports to the prime minister.
Yes.
So he was technically, Imran Khan was his line manager, and his boss. And he took some file work that, listen, what the information, Mr. Prime Minister, we are gathering from our sources is that your wife, Busha Bibi, her friend Farah Gogi, and the Chief Minister of Punjab are up to, things which might actually end up at your door and create
But that is the
embarrassment.
general narrative,
No, no,
really.
no. This is not a narrative.
Okay.
These are the facts which have been reported to us by the government officials, not military officials. And then General Bajwa is on record saying that, listen, technically, I actually asked you that if, for example, one of your, junior doctor who's working with you and comes to you and gives you, paperwork about somebody, that, listen, some nurses and some other staff is doing hanky-panky, you would say, listen, you've given me the report, let me actually investigate, and then we will take a decision on it. So it is expected of a prime minister that his, intelligence chief is telling him something. He should have said that, listen, General Sir, you have given me the report, thank you very much. We will confirm it, and if it is, we will take action, thank you. No. The reports and the grapevine in Islamabad, officials, senior officials, not junior, they have said that Imran actually wanted Asim Munir removed from his position. And Bajwa, General Bajwa, who was the army chief, he said, Prime Minister, it will create embarrassment within the army. He's the chief for the last 8 months. It is not good. Why? Pakistan army generals do not, whether you like it or not, do not actually allow politicians to take independent decisions about other generals. They protect their kind. We have seen time and again in case of Nawaz Sharif, when he tried to basically chase a general, Nawaz Sharif was thrown out. So Imran Khan was given a message that don't do it. He stuck to his ground. And then that was the beginning where the rift, when the man who was brought in,
Yeah,
the rift never patched
Yeah,
up.
that is the version, and unfortunately, nobody from Imran
That
Khan
is the
says
version.
that the version, and I'm sure there will be lots of people who
I'm
believe
not
it.
saying this is
So,
absolutely
yeah, yeah.
100%
So
right.
but then the point is this: that the same kind of a blame game was on Nawaz Sharif twice, or on Bhutto twice. I don't know why don't we look into the elephant in the room, basically. Why it has to be again and again a Pakistan military or army or a few generals, they dictate the fate of a nation under direct. So let me just go forward quickly. Do you think in Pakistan there is fascism at this minute?
I would not kind of go that far to say there is fascism,
What is
but
it then?
definitely, the freedoms have been curtailed because there are certain decisions which are definitely being taken by the elected governments. Because if we say the fascism, then there is a government in KPK, which is for the last 12, 13 years is being run by single-handedly by Imran Khan's party. So if it's a fascism, that province would have been given to somebody else as well. whether the province is
But they have a two-third majority, and it's a very sensitive province. It's not that easy.
Basically, that I don't know who's planning that. If, for example, let's say that province is also taken from them, then PTI cannot kind of say it politically that, listen, we have been thrown out of our power. Well, you have province.
Yeah, but
It does not actually, try to impress me that the same election commission, which has taken away the provinces of Punjab from them, primarily Punjab, because Balochistan, there is no PTI.
yeah.
There is no, love lost for Imran Khan in Balochistan. There is no love lost for Nawaz Sharif in that province as well.
I mean, they have its own regional politics and
Whatever.
heavily dominated by the
But People's
military
Party in
establishment,
name
yeah.
is running that
Yeah, but
province.
I mean, some of the
thing
member
is-
parliament were elected there
thing
for a
is-
few hundred
the
votes.
Thing is, why the same election commission, which is doing great hanky-panky in one province, cannot and would not do it in KP? Why it is allowing PTI, Imran Khan's PTI, win two-third majority?
Do you think Imran Khan is a prisoner of conscience, a political prisoner?
No, he's not.
Why?
No, he's not, because there is now evidence why he's in jail. There is a case, or at least two cases, on which serious work was done. One was done by the the National Crime Agency in England, the NCA. We know the facts, why the money, the dirty money, which was basically caught here, confiscated. But then Imran Khan's government asked that money to be returned, and that money was given to a gentleman, not to the government of Pakistan. So that case is on international, and that's why we have seen.
You talk about Malik Riaz's case.
I'm not naming names here, but
I mean, come on, it's everybody knows it.
now everybody knows it, so you
Yeah.
will accept it. So
No,
when everybody is saying things about Imran Khan, then you
because
say
this
that
is a
these
fact.
are.
But this is a fact.
Thank you very much. This is what I said.
No,
Fact.
because it's
The thing is,
proven
the money,
by the court.
The
That's
money
the
went to
difference than the rumor
Pakistan
mongering.
government, and it was basically handed over to Malik Riaz's benefit in the Supreme Court of Pakistan.
Okay.
So that is one case.
That's why I'm saying it's a fact.
In that process, when the money was being given back, to benefit Malik Riaz, another thing actually happened, which is the Al Qadr Trust case. That Malik Riaz gave over 400 canals of land near Jhelum to a trust created by Imran Khan, his wife,
And to do
a
what?
minister,
What was the purpose
to
of this
create a
trust?
university. Now
So
that
for
university,
people, is it a personal property? Or is it a university? And what was this university?
They are the four.
gonna do?
They are four trustees of that university.
Yeah, but what was this university?
He was the prime
for?
minister. He was the prime minister.
Sure.
As a prime minister, he could not. It is a clear case of conflict of interest.
Okay.
That you cannot be, the lead trustee and your wife, because you do not actually have
What was the purpose of this trust?
to create a university which will actually work on the, the life of the Prophet and the work for religion, Islam, and it will be a research university. Now, the
And
facts
was
are-
it free for students or?
there are only 80 or 100 students in the last 5 years, and they are being taught. They are being taught computer science. It is not a religious
I
university.
mean, it was in a nascent state, basically.
Dr. Saab, facts are facts. The thing is, there is no
What was the
university.
personal gain to Imran Khan by starting a university?
480 canals of
Yes.
land.
And what was he going to do?
Why would you take, that big a piece of chunk of land from a man who is being helped in another case, which is a dubious case? So, as a prime minister, he should have stayed away from these things.
We will have somebody from Imran Khan's party at some other program with you,
You should.
to counter it.
He
But
should have been.
I'm just simply,
he should have been here, but these things are
Yes,
reported things.
Yes, okay, that's fine. Let's moving on from there. Pakistani politics throughout has been very turbulent, but this time it looks like it has reached another decibel. When the rumors of just the rumors to our audience, I say it again, it's just the rumors, and we just want to unpick them, of the most popular leader, Imran Khan, are spread like here and there will be consequences to that. The damage to Pakistan, And God forbid, if these rumors are true to the very integrity of Pakistan, what would you
Sohail,
say?
Sohail, I will say that, listen, Pakistan is passing through, like it has been
Yeah.
for last 60 years, through delicate phase. It is the only country which is consistently passing through, sadly, a delicate phase. But the fact is that the two provinces are up in flame. Balochistan,
Yeah.
the administration is completely out of the administrator's hand. KP, which is again,
Yeah.
you will not actually like it, but the
No,
chief
no,
minister,
I
the
don't
chief
belong to any
minister,
party.
the
I
chief
say
minister, the
I
chief
just ask
minister,
questions.
the chief minister of KP has not, the current one, he's a young guy, Sohail Afridi, he's just
I
taken
did his
over.
interview, by the
Yeah,
way.
just
Yeah.
just is taken over. So I'll give him,
I found him
the
very
benefit of doubt.
articulate and very passionate, though.
Everybody's passionate. You are passionate about Pakistan. I'm passionate about Pakistan. That does not mean we
Sure.
leave our professions and join politics. But thing is, even the previous the chief minister Gandapur, when large parts of almost 80% of KP were burning, he did not, travel to those districts and divisions to see, to basically stop the rot, starting from Chitral, Dir, Lower Dil, coming down to, leave the Peshawar Valley,
Yeah.
leave Mardan and Charsada out, Sawat was up in flames, and then, FR Tank, the
You mean the
Banu
resurgence
Kohar.
of Taliban's or some extremist forces? Yes.
The thing is, if you're head of the province, it is your responsibility as well. So if he's failing there, and the chief minister of Balochistan is failing in Balochistan, and the establishment is failing to control the rot here for not just 1 or 2 years, for last many years, that is basically claiming a lot of men innocent and of course terrorists. Terrorists find things, whenever you find them, eliminate them. But thing is, in the last 1 year, almost 500 Pakistani soldiers and officers have lost their lives.
Sadly,
Sadly,
this,
very
yeah,
sad. But
yes.
that means that where the planners of the establishment, those people were not commissioned to lay their life for this kind of a war, which is being fought within the country. So it's a serious question which is left at the tables of those people who are now in control. So that if two provinces are completely out of the administrator's hand, you cannot say that Pakistan is doing well, because the other two, they have economic problems. Pakistan's population is out of control. It's a ticking bomb. Pakistan does not have, we have already discussed in your program, Pakistan does not have the money to run its. And now I'm telling you, the establishment and its friends are already on a new plan to create more provinces out of Pakistan, to divide. So that means to divide the politics of Pakistan and
Into
basically
smaller administrative areas.
administrative areas, and then control them. Because, for example, if Punjab with 101 seats, 141 seats, is in the hand of either politician or whoever politician, popular like Imran Khan or now less popular like Nawaz Sharif and his party, they can create trouble for the plans of the establishment, very powerful establishment. So that means it is necessary for the greater good of the establishment plans that Punjab and Sindh and other provinces are broken down into smaller provinces, and then new classes of politicians are raised, just like Ayub Khan raised in the form of 80,000 basic
Is it
Democrats.
divide and rule? Balkanization of Pakistan?
I'm not saying it. People are saying it. People are writing
yeah.
about it. And people are becoming more and more acidic and acerbic in their criticism.
Well, however, having said that, Punjab had been pretty much an entity from the ancient times, and so has been Sindh. What we need is a clean governance, a rule of law, kind of a social justice system, and to diffuse this politics of division and bring the political temperature down. Whether Imran Khan is innocent or not, but the overall impression, not only in Pakistan and all over the world, and there's a lot of independent observers, they have actually observed and reported, the way he is being treated it's very unjust. and I think that the establishment need to think about it.
It's a sad thing.
It's a very sad thing.
It's a sad thing. Why? I'm not commenting on Imran Khan and his nature of politics. Thing is, he is a leader of great many young Pakistanis. So that means if those Pakistanis feel angry
And overseas
about the state,
Pakistanis, the vast majority of
overseas Pakistanis, I'm myself, consider myself half Pakistani and half overseas
You
Pakistani.
are overseas. You've been here for 33
Yeah, but
years.
I work in Pakistan.
I mean, yes, but
I
you
work
just
in
work.
Pakistan, so I'm basically I have my
Three
interests.
children who are doctors, right? I mean,
Thank God. My issue is that if, for example, Imran, being the most popular leader, comes out tomorrow on the street, he's an angry man. And sadly, the only card he has is to play with that anger. And we have seen that on 9th of May, the famous 9th of May, the case he's also facing. He might not be, prosecuted in that case the way he should have been. But thing is,
why? I mean, it's a different ball game. There's a lot of false flag
Sohail,
operations. We know that.
Sohail, no.
Yes,
I was-
the damage
I was-
happened. And it was sad. But obviously, there's a lot. There's more than meet the eyes. That's all I'll say.
politics.
Let's move on from
Sohail,
there.
politics is the art of possible. You work with forces which are inimical to you
Yes.
and forces which are supportive of you.
Only if there's an equity of power, right? There cannot be a equity or
Politics
parley
in
between the
Pakistan
lamb
has
and
been
the
politics in
lamb
Pakistan has
and the
been a
wolf.
very, very
Yes.
tricky field.
That's true. But there is one common denominator, and that is a allegation of military dictatorship throughout in Pakistan history, which you
It's not
agreed.
allegation. Books have been written
Yeah,
about it.
but, yeah, of course. Then how can people who don't have arms can have an equal footing with people who have?
I
And
think
that is the classic scene.
That is the greatest, question which need to be understood by
Yes.
the people who are in the establishment.
Yes.
Reason is that one, Pakistan is not moving forward. Pakistan is sliding back. And the thing is, we have seen it. It does not kind of look good to talk about 1971 when Pakistan, or the majority of Pakistan, broke away. They used to say, my Bengali friends used to say that, listen, we were Pakistan.
Yes.
We started Muslim League.
1906, Nawab Salimullah in
Exactly.
Dhaka. Yes, that's
So
right.
they say that you took away Pakistan from us. So I said, listen, that is not my doing, but definitely the establishment of that time. Thing is, what need to be understood is that you cannot play politics with the people of Pakistan.
Yes.
And the thing is, establishment is not trained and commissioned for this job. People like Churchill, very known prime minister here in Britain, he has said that the soldiers and the sailors and the airmen should be kept away from politics because they are not trained for these jobs. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, has clearly said about and told
the separation between
not
the,
separation. He told the army that, listen, you're the servants of people of Pakistan. You will not take political decisions. That is to be taken by us, and you will obey those orders. Muhammad Ali Jinnah has been forgotten. He has said the same thing to the civil servants, but thing is, these are on record. And maybe
you're entering into a kind of a quite difficult territory. You have to go back to Pakistan.
I have been in this territory for many years.
Okay.
Sohail, I've been in this territory, and I said, listen, I did not say it. That is said by a man whose picture you're carrying on your banknote. He was the only man, good, for a good reason, that who is still respected, but not listened to.
Do you see any global agenda of keeping the most popular Pakistani leader in prison and in such a brutal way? And I just want to add, and I and my channel, we thoroughly condemn the brutal treatment that Imran Khan's sister, Noreen Khan, faced just a week or so ago in the hands of the police, the law enforcement agency. It is despicable and shameful. And that couldn't have happened without the full authority of the current Pakistani government and the military establishment. Would you condemn that?
I condemn, the state authorities' violence against any citizen
No,
of
this
Pakistan.
particular incident.
I will not gonna pick and choose. People have been picked up, removed,
But this is the most
vanished,
latest and
murdered.
most heinous.
No, it's not. I'm sorry to say, it's not. People have lost their lives.
Yes.
You actually
But-
ask people of Balochistan who
Sure.
were, and when Imran Khan was prime minister, and he did not go
Well,
there.
it is a whataboutery.
Any
I mean,
Pakistani,
we don't want to go into that,
Any
but-
Pakistani, if a state action is taken against those people, without a cause, without justification, is condemnable. And thing is that you can do
thank
it
you.
right now. You can do it right now, but tomorrow history will judge you.
Yes.
Very honestly and badly. And the biggest example for that, Sohail, people like me are saying things which are not liked by the people in power, but we are still roaming around Pakistani city.
Yes.
The saddest fact is that the defenders of Pakistan or defenders of us who are commissioned for that job cannot now, go into the streets of Pakistan as, their defenders.
It is.
People have started making joke
Yeah.
about General Bajwa. That listen, he was chief
Yes.
of army staff. He cannot walk any street in Pakistan
Yes.
without. So that tells. I have seen retired prime ministers and retired generals,
Yes.
British generals who have done bad things, gone to wrong wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, but they are running around here.
Yes. I'm glad that you're leading the conversation to this area, and that's exactly what I was saying. Field Marshal Asim Munir, being the Field Marshal of Pakistan Army and the pride of every Pakistani, is a very respected title. However, his name is continuously been embroiled in what looks like a personal vendetta with Imran Khan. And there doesn't seem to be any correction of that image. Sometimes perception is worse than reality. Now, what we have seen, the anti-Pakistani and anti-Pakistani general sentiments all over in this time and age, it's very concerning and it's very sad. I love my Pakistan, my Pakistan
But Sohail,
army.
but I don't know whether you
But just
like it or
want to
not.
just want to add on there. Yes, power never stays the same. We have seen the omnipotent and omnipresent at that time, Pervez Musharraf, and his end. Is that what we're going to see with Asim Munir?
I don't know whether you would like it or not, but I, for one,
I hope not. I hope not.
Being in a serious and important position in Pakistani media, I have not seen any evidence that Field Marshal Asim Munir is behind all these cases. So yes, perceptions, are stronger than facts. But thing is, Imran Khan has made certain mistakes and he's facing it just like many other Pakistani politicians have faced. The thing is, Sohail, that whenever you talk about Imran Khan, we forget that he was prime minister for 3 years and 8 months in power. He has put a lot of leading politicians, including the former prime minister and their family members, even some very leading journalists, without any tangible case, for months and years in jail. And
But
now,
we just earlier said it was the establishment who put them, and the prime minister's a dummy. So
Imran
I will
Khan
challenge on that.
No, Imran Khan, these are Imran Khan's words. When he was standing in America, he said it. That I will not allow even air conditioning to their.
Yes.
And then he said,
I mean,
the thing
it's a figure of speech
no,
sometimes,
no,
but that never happened.
Sohail, we know it. What goes round comes round. When
But
you're
the
in
same,
that power.
have you heard what Nawaz Sharif
I was in
responded
that
to
room.
a question,
I was
tit
in
for
that,
tat
no,
for Imran
when
Khan?
I was, do you think I'm supporting Nawaz Sharif here?
No,
But
mean,
I was in
I'm
the
not saying
room.
that.
I was in the room in 2007 when Charter of Democracy was being signed, and in one of the functions when Imran Khan, standing alongside Nawaz Sharif, praising Nawaz Sharif for being the biggest Democrat in Pakistan, and then he said that I'm standing by you. The thing is, you say when he became a politician, politicians say one thing. I remember, I don't know which British Prime Minister, I'm forgetting his name. Somebody actually asked him, what is the definition of a good politician? And he said, good politician is a person who makes promises to people, and then he can come up with reasons why those promises could not be kept. That means politicians are essentially in this game for their own self-interest. Imran became that person where he basically abandoned what he started.
Yeah.
Working for the people of Pakistan, building a university, building a hospital. I wished Imran Khan, who was my hero, stayed in that realm and was not entered in
I
Pakistani
just want
politics.
to clarify, I and our channel, we are completely neutral. We're not here to defend Imran Khan and anybody else.
I cannot defend any
We
Pakistani
have,
politician.
yeah, of course, of course. And the only reason we are going into this line of questioning is the recent rumors about Imran Khan, as we did, and I hope that they are rumors. And we are equally, and likewise, like yourself, deeply concerned that the pride of Pakistan and the pride of the chief of Pakistan Army is being tainted, rightly or wrongly, and that perception shouldn't happen. And
Taint
there
he will
has to be
face.
something.
Tainting he will face. You know, where my concern is, where we started the program, you know, any physical harm, if comes to Imran Khan when he is technically in a protected facility,
Yes.
in a jail, now that will be a huge problem.
Yes, that is
For the
what I
government,
want
for
to
the
ask
government
your
and the
opinion.
establishment, it will be a huge problem. Why? Because, you know, Pakistanis. I personally think, and many people are saying it, I'm not one of them, but I hear it every day, that Imran's popularity is not as big now as the animosity and hatred towards the establishment in Pakistan.
Even against Pakistan Army.
The establishment. Establishment is Pakistan Army and the civil service. You know what Pakistan's famous academician Dr. Wasim says, Pakistan is now an establishmentarian democracy. You know, they decide who will come into politics and who will not. So the thing is, if the people of Pakistan, and the way you might have discussed in your programs, that almost 60% of Pakistan is young.
Yes.
Now 60% of Pakistan, you know,
Under the age of
basically-
25, second largest or third largest
we
in,
take
in
it
the
to
world.
30,
Yeah.
30, you know, between
Yeah.
18 and 30, you know, a huge number of them support and see Imran Khan as their leader. And that is why, if something actually happens to him which is not right, if he faces, you know, the full force of law, you know, that is for the courts to decide, and that is for Imran Khan's lawyers, you know, and he has good lawyers to fight his cases. But physical harm and any threat to his life, that will be very tricky and very dangerous for Pakistan. Forget about you know, who is in power at this moment, which establishment, which military general, which prime minister now. You cannot do that. The things which were done to Nawaz Sharif or Benazir Bhutto or for Asif Zardari or for that means Zedde Bhutto and many others. These became because they were prime ministers and presidents, but they were it's such a long list of politicians who have been put in, who have been incarcerated on fake and bogus charges. If Imran Khan's cases, the way you said, you know, and people believe that many of those cases will not be listened to by the courts because they are fictitious cases. But there are some cases in which, you know, Imran has to seriously answer, you know, for his wrong decision, for wrong judgments, and he is facing that. Whether he comes out, you know, clean or not, again, tomorrow, Pakistan's establishment, maybe the next establishment, brings him out and make him prime minister again. You know, we have seen it. That's why I'm saying this
we
is
have seen
unlucky.
it twice with
Unlucky.
the
That's why I call
Nawaz
it the
Sharif,
unlucky
yeah.
Pakistani circus.
Yeah.
We are going in circles. We are not moving forward. One, we are sliding south, and secondly, we are literally in a very, very unlucky spiral.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it was Seneca or Marcus Aurelius who said the more history changes, the more it stays the same. And the lesson of history is nobody learns the lesson from it.
We have specialized in that.
Yeah, yeah. Aamir, you've been absolutely brilliant and did a great justice to your illustrious career of a journalist for the last 37 years. And a very difficult and poking questions I ask, bouncers in our cricketing sense, and you really
Ducked it
pulled
well.
And
So-
ducked well.
So it has been a pleasure with you.
Yeah. Just
being with
one
you.
last Parthian shot, as they say. Just one question, a little bit of angle to what we started. The recent amendments in the Constitution of giving lifelong pardon to the president and to the chief of army staff or the field marshal. How do you look at it? Do you support that?
It's shameful. It's shameful, it's abominable, because law, if it basically allows anybody, whether it's a president or a soldier or a sailor, should not be allowed in any country. that means you're letting somebody, run with a murder. That should not be allowed. I think, and you have seen that Pakistan in my life, the only good moment were when Pakistan in the last, May, the 4 days war with or conflict with India, Pakistan, did well.
Down 7 jets. Yeah, at
Trump is
least.
saying
This is,
8.
yeah.
I don't know whether he's getting his information. He's a joker of a politician.
Yes.
But the thing is, you've seen that the moment this 27th Amendment was passed, the mood in the Western world has changed. And you have seen critical writings in leading, British and American
Yes.
media now criticizing that how can you allow, the president of the country and the field marshal lifetime immunity.
Yes.
We can say that, okay, fine, you were, when you're doing a job, you might have done a few good things, a few bad things, for which you need to be answerable. Giving immunity even for that is wrong. Pakistani president is not a king like in Britain.
Or even kings, at least after the King Charles never had immunity. And after Magna Carta, especially leading to
That's what I'm
King
saying.
Charles. Yes.
More than that. So, our religion does not allow it. It does
Very well
not.
said.
And that is why when we should not kind of say things which we do not practice. When we quote examples from the life of the Prophet ﷺ, when he said that if my daughter...
And Hazrat Ali alayhi salam.
When
And
I will stay
Hazrat
with the
Umar,
Prophet,
yes,
I will stay with the Prophet. When he said that if my daughter is, caught doing something,
commits a crime, she
she'll
will
be punished.
Yes.
If the Prophet is saying that, who are we following? And especially, I think we have written about it. I have tweeted about it. I have.
Okay,
I
you
will
did,
not.
okay,
I have.
okay.
I said a man like Field Marshal Asim Munir, who is a Hafiz of Quran, he knows the book, he quotes the book, he should be, upfront and said that, listen, I
This
don't want
couldn't
it.
have come without his assent.
Then he's a powerful man. He should have said that, listen, I don't actually want it because whatever I'm doing in the best interest of Pakistan and Pakistanis. I'm not doing anything
And I'm
illegal.
accountable for it.
And if I do something wrong,
Well,
hold me accountable.
that gives the fodder to the mills of rumor, isn't it? Right? Because there's
No,
something
this is
going
not
on.
rumor. This has gone into the statute book.
Yeah.
Sohail, this
No,
is
I mean,
serious.
the royal assent of the Field Marshal Asim Munir in orchestrating this amendment.
My issue is this government. The rocky boat in which Nawaz Sharif and Shahbaz Sharif and Azam Zardari is sitting, the helmsman is Asim Munir. He's taking this boat forward.
Yes.
So the thing is, if you start giving each other these kind of immunities, what kind of a message we are giving to the people of Pakistan?
And to the world.
Pakistan has never been, I'm telling you, Pakistan has never been concerned by the world because then I don't
But
actually want...
people will judge you.
I will not kind of want to take you into different direction that, listen, this world and where we're sitting, the mother of democracy and the father of democracy sits in Washington. This world is being run dictatorially. We have seen it. United Nations and bodies like that are of no use. We have seen in the wars in Middle East and North Africa. So the thing is, Pakistan, when we say that we actually want to be a democracy, we should not have crippled the institutions which are technically the institutions of democracy, the parliament, the judiciary, the executive, and then the press. Every pillar of democracy
And the
in
principles
Pakistan
of overall social justice
is now
and
crippled.
our Islamic fundamental values.
When
of
you take
accountability.
away the justice, from the judiciary, what hope is there for the people of Pakistan? What hope is there that the fundamental rights would be kept and protected by the people who have lost their own rights?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for your not only participation, for such articulation and eloquence, and I'm sure that we'll continue our parley in future. Thank you.
So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Right, dear viewers, so you watched this very candid, heart-to-heart and a pugilistic kind of interview with Aamir Ghauri, who has been a great source of inspiration to a number of generations of young journalists. And while he's in a very coveted post and very much in the center of Pakistani journalism. So we asked him very difficult questions, and I was glad that I could just bring kind of emotive Aamir into it. He might have transgressed a couple of lines, but I'm sure that he'll be safe when he goes back to Pakistan. Again, I'll say that the common sense or better sense must prevail in Pakistan, and this real or the perception of tug of war with the most popular leader of Pakistan, Imran Khan, and the military establishment, it must be dissipated because it's not good for anybody. We are a very independent, probably the first English news channel by the overseas Pakistanis in the world. We are very much concerned about Pakistan and what happens there, and we wish Pakistan, Imran Khan, and Pakistan's army all the best. Until my next program, I'm Sohail Qureshi with my program Sharp Edge from our London studios at Qs.news. And goodbye.